Good morning. I don't know if Brad's already vlogged this morning or not, but it is Wednesday. So baby Eloise is 5 days old. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. 6 days old? That's not right, because she was born on a Friday. Friday to Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. 5 days old. Whew. So the first 2 nights I talked about already. Last night was a little different. She cluster fed from like, I don't know, 10 or 11 until maybe a little after 1 was when she finally settled down for a decent stretch of sleep. So it worked out fine though, because I just kind of stayed up with her that whole time, and we tried to put her down a few times, but then she would just wake up rooting again. So I basically just held her and fed her off and on every 20 minutes or so for that whole time frame. And then I ended up only feeding her at 3:30. So she went down at like a little after 1, fed her at 3:30 and 6:30. She slept until 8:30. So Brad got up with the twins, which they slept until like 8. And then I ended up just getting up with Eloise. So it worked fine. I think I had a fever last night. Like I felt really feverish, and then a couple different times it was like my fever broke and I got chills and sweated, and so it was really weird. I didn't actually check my temperature, but I don't know if that's like a normal post-surgery thing, or they told me like if I get a fever over a certain number 2 different times, then that's when you need to be concerned. So not too concerned about it. But right now I'm getting Eloise ready. Brad has the twins at my parents' house. They are swinging right now. Looks like they're having a good time. They're putting siding on the house on the addition. Me and Eloise are hanging out, and we're getting ready to go to her doctor's appointment. This is like her first pediatrician checkup after birth. So I'm curious to see like how much she weighs and all that stuff. She's definitely jaundiced a little bit more now than when she was first born, but we've been doing some time in the window every day, and I don't anticipate it being an issue where we'll need to do anything. So I thought I would show you guys though, since I'm packing, Eloise is gonna have her own diaper bag for a little bit. Even though like as I'm packing it, I'm like, what do I even put in here? Like I'm breastfeeding her, so we don't need formula. We just need a couple diapers, a change of outfit, a couple passies, which she's like take or leave. She'll use them, but I don't know. But this diaper bag, they were so kind as to actually send me one. It's probably been almost a year now that they sent this to me. And I have honestly been using it as a work bag, and I love it. The company is Ryla, and this is not a sponsored video, but I do have a discount code if you see that you might like this bag. So there's a discount code in the description box below, but I just really like it. I like the backpack style. It's not overly huge. It's extremely light. These are just some of like the main features I love about it. It has a front pocket, which I call my pocket, because I put like my wallet and my phone and my chapstick and gum and all that in here. And then it has a pocket on each side for water, which if you're breastfeeding, that is crucial. I also have some hand sanitizer in the side here. Inside it has, one thing I hate is a black hole bag. I like pockets designated for everything. So a pretty decent sized middle compartment, but then it has a compartment on the side there for like a bottle. One here that is lined with something that keeps things cool or warm, so that's pretty nice. And then a couple more pockets up here. And it's just really well made. Like I've been using this thing for a year, and it's not, sometimes you know like right here will start fraying, or I don't know. It's just doing really well, holding up really well, and I love it. So I thought I would share it. They have other colors too. All right, sweet girl, we're here. FYI, I just put that on her. She didn't wear it in the car. So far so good. She's already back to her birth weight. So in 5 days, I think that's pretty good. And she is cute as ever. So we're just waiting on the doctor to come in. Hi. You did so good. You did so good. Do you like her? Do you like your pediatrician? She's really nice. You're a sweet girl. Yeah, you're a sweet girl. You ready to go home?
Well, it's one way to do it.
No.
Straight from the breast. Jeez, you chugged it. Good job, Lyndall.
Oh my gosh. I just had to pump a little bit because I've never fed a singleton, and I know pumping early. Like Brad can tell you. He knows all about breastfeeding. You should say what the risk is of pumping early.
Well, I mean, everybody knows that your body will regulate the amount of milk that you produce. And so if you pump early, you're gonna have an extra supply, which may be good if you don't mind pumping, and have an extra on hand for, like if the babies get sick or something like that. Or obviously when Rachel goes back to work, our nanny will be bottle feeding Eloise. Her name blog came out today and everybody's really nice and loves the name, so glad to hear that. It's funny because every once in a while people will tell me I look like someone famous, and they always say this guy, the new Amsterdam doctor, which...
I can see it.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't see it at all.
I do.
I don't.
Okay, I'm wondering how my hair looks after the bow situation. Brad put a bow in. Lyndall insisted. So anyway,
Hey, was I right about the milk thing?
Yes, exactly right. It's really cute because the other thing was, so I was trying to feed Eloise and she like choked a few times, and I was like really, I had a lot of milk. I had a lot of milk because it had been like 3 hours since she ate, and it just like, I think my body is used to feeding twins, so it's, like Brad said, my milk's trying to regulate. So she was trying to feed, but it was like she was choking a little bit, and it just wasn't a good experience for her. And I was really uncomfortable, so I was like, I need to go pump. I think ideally you would just like hand express. TMI, if you really don't care about breastfeeding, this is not gonna be interesting to you. Ideally you would hand express just to where you're comfortable. But it also will help her latch easier and not. So this is where Brad was like, oh, because your letdown is too strong. Which is cute that he knows that. So I went and pumped a little bit, and I came out of the bedroom with like the bags of just like a couple ounces of milk, and they really wanted milk in a bag like that. And like, mommy's milk? So we did, we just did some milk in a bag with a straw. It's kind of like a Capri Sun. Yum. This is hilarious. It is not breast milk. But you know, it wouldn't be a bad idea to mix them into their milk every once in a while. You guys are adorable. Milk. I didn't update you on Eloise's doctor's appointment. So, oh my gosh, so we're switching pediatricians. The pediatrician that saw her in the hospital is not an actual, I mean, he was trained in pediatrics, but he just serves as like the hospital person who sees all of the newborns. So he doesn't like have a pediatric practice per se. You want it in the bag? Okay. So anyway, he said that Lake Regional, where I delivered, has a new pediatrician, and he just like spoke very highly of her. And I like Bear and Lyndall's pediatrician. I just didn't love him. Like, I just didn't feel, I don't know. It's hard to explain. So I decided to try out this new girl with Eloise's first appointment. We are fully switching. She is amazing. Anytime I have a doctor like that, it like makes me want to be a better doctor myself. So anytime I'm inspired in that way, it's like, this is our fit. Okay, would you like more milk, please? Yes. So, really good experience. Eloise is doing great. She is checking all of her boxes. She is back to her birth weight already at 5 days old. More milk, please. At 5 days old, and the pediatrician said that can take up to 2 weeks. So there's no issues with feeding, that's for sure. Okay, come here, Lyndall, let me have that. All right. So that's really, really good. And then she couldn't really say much about the kidney. Like, I asked a couple of questions, but she kind of deferred to the urologist specialist who we're meeting with on Tuesday. And I'm trying to think anything else. She has to go for a hearing screening, which I'm not excited about because chances are, of course I would rather get it checked out and make sure it's nothing, but chances are it's nothing. They apparently have really old equipment in the hospital. I think we've talked about all this already. Old equipment in the hospital, and Eloise's pediatrician said that when you have a C-section and you don't ever go into labor, then the baby retains a lot of fluid everywhere. And so one of those places is in the ear canal, and that's probably just, it's probably just that. The testing they do is based on vibration, and so if they have any fluid in there, they won't pass.
Yay, Linda.
So she's probably just fine. It just means like taking her out of the house again and into a doctor's office, which I don't love the idea of that. But we'll do what we have to do. And I'm sure she'll pass. The pediatrician in South Carolina said it'd be really unlikely for them to not pass with one ear and there to actually be an issue. Is that right?
You told me that. I don't remember that.
You don't remember him saying that?
Sounds right. No.
Okay, well, maybe I made that up.
I was putting some pork loin in the microwave and I hear Linda laughing and I look up. Oh, honey, you're hilarious. You're definitely a comedian. Hey, Boo Bear. I was just saying that I was putting that stuff in the microwave. I heard Linda laughing.
Gosh, it hurts to laugh. So, I talked about it, I think, in the hospital bag, this binder that I'm wearing. It's just like, the poor thing is like all frayed and everything, but I wore it with the twins too. And it is a lifesaver if you sneeze or if you laugh. And just like a bunch of other times throughout the day. But I'll link it again below because it will, if you're going in for a C-section ever, it's like a must-have. Plus my pregnancy pillow.
Yeah. Well, we should do a hospital bag, what I packed versus what I actually used.
True. Yeah, I didn't even think about the pregnancy pillow until the second night we were there, and it made such a huge difference. Just being able to, like, I don't know, separate your knees or something. That sounds dirty. This whole 3-kid thing is easy. We've said that a bunch. We're gonna be eating our words. Oh, do you wanna dip it? Can you try to just have one?
I give it a week.
Just one. Okay, and then dip. Oh. Good job. You wanna dip yours? Good job, Bear. Oopsie. Hey guys, who's this?
Baby Eloise.
That's right. Bear, who's that? He's got a big mouthful. That's right. Do you love baby Eloise? Yeah. Yeah, she's pretty nice. She has really cute feet, doesn't she?
She doesn't talk much.
All done? Okay. Do you like to tickle her feet?
Right here.
Yes. You're good at it. Tickling her feet.